Welcome back to Set. Today is core burn, and I'm here for it, all right? So what you need for today, you will need weights, okay? Now, I have 115 and 120. Pick what works best for you. If you need all of your weights to figure out what works best, feel free to go ahead and do that. Additionally, we will have work on the floor. So if you are working on a hard surface, please go ahead and make sure that you have a towel, you have a mat, something that will not slip. You know, it has some grip to it. It's not like a blanket. And use that to protect your knees and low back. All right, let's go ahead and hop into our warm up, and then I will tell you what you can expect from today's workout. Go ahead and join me right here. We have torso twists. Now, here's the thing that I want you to do. Keep going for me, okay? I'm gonna talk through it a little bit. Make sure that your back foot is popping up and rotating with you, okay? I don't want your feet to be completely planted at all times, okay? Let that back leg work with you so that you're not risking your knees or your ankles during this motion. Additionally, draw that belly button back. Don't suck it in. Just draw back and engage that core, okay? Everything's in tight as you rotate, okay? Keep going for me. I'm going to talk a little bit more about today's workout for you. So, we only have one round, but here's the thing. 5 moves. We repeat each one 3 times, okay? Keep going. It's 60 seconds on, 20 seconds off, and here's how we're gonna do it. Move 1, 60 seconds on, 20 off, repeat move 1, then we repeat move 1 for a third and final time, then we go on to our second move, all right? Now, like I said, it's only 5 moves, so this is gonna go by really quick. However, I want you guys the entire time, 3, 2, 1, right here, windmill. What you're doing, toes are forward for me, okay? You're going as far down as you can without bending those knees to try and reach your foot. If you can't reach your foot, that's okay. Remember, this is a warm-up. I don't need you to go full out. I want you to warm your muscles up, okay? Then, moving back into the workout. So, like I said, 5 moves, 60 on, 20 off. I want you guys the entire time to make sure if we are on the ground, your low back is pressed into that ground, okay? At all times. At all times. There are only 2 moves, well, 3 moves, where we are not having our back on the ground, okay? The rest of them, make sure it's flat against that ground, okay? Additionally, if you are a postpartum lady, once postpartum, always postpartum, all right? We're going to a knee hug in 3, 2, 1. Pull it up, hug it in. There we go. All right? Now go as high as you can. If you need to hold on to something and pull up, that's okay to do too. I'm gonna keep talking, so keep going. Postpartum ladies, once postpartum, always postpartum, right? What I want you to make sure, if you have diastasis recti, DR, okay? Or maybe you're like, I've never tested for it. I don't know if I have it. Please make sure that you watch your core during this entire workout, okay? If at any point in time you look down in that middle of your abdomen, okay, that's called your linea alba. This is primarily where the weakness is during DR, okay? There's ab muscles that are obviously weak as well, but this is where the integrity is lost, okay? And this is where we tend to see bulging or coning during certain moves with DR, okay? If you start to see any bulging or coning from this midsection, okay, I want you to make sure that you pull back. Now, some moves, I can tell you how to do it if you have DR. However, some moves, there really is no way around it, okay? And if that's so, then I'm gonna tell you to just relax. I know it's probably not what you wanted to hear. 2, 1, we're gonna go into inchworms, all right? Walk it out. There we go. Make sure that you're engaging that core the whole way. Stop and don't let your hips drop, okay? Keep going, because I'm gonna keep talking, all right? Now, like I said, I know it's probably not gonna be nice that you have to stop and not be able to do a move, but hey, your integrity of your core, the integrity of it is so much more important to me than you rocking some sort of ab move, okay? I want your core to be healthy. I want it to be strong. And if you're doing a move that's putting that linea alba at risk, we risk making the injury even worse, okay? And I don't want that. So I will give you cues when I can, and if there's nothing else to do, I'll just tell you, hey, relax, move around, okay? We are going to bird dog. All fours. 3, 2, 1. Hands underneath your shoulders, knees under your hips. You're going opposite. Either just below shoulder height or at shoulder height. And for the leg, you're going just hip height or just below hip height, all right? Now, if that's too much to do, just focus on your legs and then your arms one at a time, okay? Don't try and do opposite. That's okay to do. So I have like hair that's like below and I have a fan going. It's like, anyway, keep going for me. This move is actually really good for DR. So if you have it, engage your core, watch the core, okay? Sometimes a move, even though it's good for DR, if it's an advanced move for DR repair, it might be a little bit too much for some people, okay? So if it's too much, just do the single, okay? Almost there. 3, 2, 1. All right, we have 1 minute. So I'm gonna show you move 1, okay? It's a Russian twist. Make sure that your weights are not in your way, okay? Now, find out what weight works best for you. We are gonna be in that V-sit position, so your knees are up. You're gonna be up in the air, but to find the position, hands come to the front of the knees, and you're gonna extend back. Your back is not rounded, and it's not arched. It's completely straight. Your core is engaged, and you will lift up. And you're simply gonna go side to side, and then in and out, okay? 1, 2, 1, 2. Don't worry, I will show you what to do to modify. Ladies, if you have DR, I'm gonna give you something different to do, okay? Now, go ahead and grab your weight. You go in 5, okay? Get set up, figure out your right position. 3, 2, lift up. 1, here we go. 1, 2, out and in. Okay, 2, 2. There we go. Keep going for me. I'm gonna talk real quick about some modification and DR stuff, okay? Modification, you're gonna drop your heels, all right? Don't have to lift them, okay? And you're gonna go side, side, place your hands down, and then in and out, or 1, 2, all right? But make sure you're engaging that core the entire time. Now, ladies with DR, if you don't even know if you have it, but you think that you might, watch the middle of your abdomen, okay? I want you guys to go into a side plank, okay? So I'll show you full out and then I'll show you how to modify, all right? So make sure that you're using that top leg for support. You're right here. Your elbows underneath your shoulder. Modification, you're dropping. Now make sure that your chest is open to the side and not caving down, okay? 2, 1, relax. Now, we have that 2 more times. All right? You're doing so good. Keep it up for me. All right? You're almost there. You're doing good. Keep breathing. We have less than 10. Do whatever you gotta do, right? 5. Lift up. 2, 1. You go 1, 2, in and out. Don't cross your ankles for that in and out. I don't know why I cross my ankles when it comes to V-sits or Russian twists, but I do. Now here's the thing. If you start to notice that during this move, your back starts to round, you know, you're doing it more and more and your back starts to curve, your abs are pretty much saying, and you're not using them anymore. So if that happens, drop the weight. Finish the move and the rep. 3, 2, 1, relax. Finish the move without doing the weight, okay? Because at that point, you're able to control your form a little bit better, okay? You have 1 more time, then we move on to move number 2, okay? Almost there. Go ahead and grab your weight for me. 3, 2, 1, here we go. There you go. There we go. I really don't know why I cross my ankles. I think it's just a comfort thing. Takes my mind off of the hold, right? Remember, your modifications, you can do it without weight, or you can do it with weight. 1, 2, plant, 1, 2, or 1, 2, all right? DR ladies, side plank, all right? Okay, you're almost there. Keep going for me. While we're finishing up, I'm gonna show you what the next move is. It's called a weighted half dead bug. Sounds great, huh? All right, so for this move, you're almost there. Keep going, I'll tell you when to stop. I'm using a 20 because you can use 2 weights if you want, but I know with 30 pounds, my hips are gonna lose their form and I'm not gonna engage my core anymore, okay? 2, 1. All right, so again, remember, when you're on the ground, that low back is pressed into the ground. You should not be able to put your hand under there, okay? Now again, you can use 2 or you can use 1. I'm using 1, all right? So dead bug, your arms are up, legs are up, all right? Now the closer in, the easier it is to hold the position. The further out, the harder, okay? All you're doing for this is extending 1, hovering your heel a couple of inches off the ground, back up, all right? Now the thing is, you have to engage your core the entire time, okay? So keep that low back down. When we tend to lower our legs, this is when we tend to lose the contraction here. So go as far down as you can. If you can go a couple inches above the ground, we're almost there. If you can go a couple of inches above the ground, great. If you start to come down and you're like right here, you're like, my low back is about to pop up, stop right there, okay? Now, ladies with DR, this is actually a really good move for you, okay? But if keeping your legs up is creating that coning or that bulge, drop your legs and you're gonna kick out and lower 1 at a time, no weight. Keep your core engaged and you're keeping your back flat on the ground, okay? Just like this. Modification would be to do just that, or you can lose the weight altogether, okay? Completely up to you. Now, if you want to advance the move, you're gonna hold the weight up and you're gonna do both legs at the same time, okay? So you're gonna kick them out, lower, bring in, kick out, lower, bring back in, okay? With weight up. All right, guys, we have 10 seconds. Go ahead and grab your weight. All right, we go in 3, 2, 1. Lift up, out, down, pull back in. There we go. Keep that low back flush against the ground. Find that spot where you literally cannot keep it engaged anymore. Ladies who are postpartum, I want you to be checking on that core. Make sure there's no bulging. Make sure there's no coning, all right? Keep going for me. And if at any point in time, maybe, here's the thing, maybe you can do half of it through and have no issues with your low back, but then halfway through, you start to have those issues, right? I don't know if you guys could hear that, but Siri was trying to talk to us. Anyways, if you find out halfway through that you have issues with your low back, that's okay. Drop your weight or modify halfway through. Then you're going to realize, hey, next time I'm gonna try and work a little bit longer. Relax, all right? You have that 2 more times. And you can challenge yourself that way, okay? That's how we get stronger. We know where our limit is, and then we try and get past that limit. We don't just try to force it, okay? Forcing it will lead to compensations, it will lead to injury, it'll lead to a lot of different things, all right? Here we go. There we go. Bring it in. There we go. Low back, where is it? If you had a friend, a relative, whoever is at the house with you or wherever you are, if you have anybody with you, and they were to put their hand at your low back, could they get it between the ground and your low back? If the answer is yes, drop the weight or fix your form, okay? Sometimes it's not something that we're so aware of, right? We don't think about that all the time. Keep going. Keep going. Let your abs pull your leg back up with those hip flexors, all right? There we go. Pull, 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 pull. Breathe for me. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, Inhale, keep going, and relax. You guys are doing so good. You have that one final time, okay? Then this move is done, and then you get another big break before we move on, okay? You're doing good. You're doing so good. 5. Grab your weight, or if you're not using weight, don't. Here we go. Last 60 seconds of this move. Low back, push it down. Breathe for me. Breathe for me. Can you go further than you did last time? Can you go up a level compared to what you've been doing? If you've been modifying, can you try to go a little bit lower without compromising that form? Can you try and hold that weight up a little bit longer? Can you maybe hold it down lower for a little bit longer without touching the ground? Can you force that low back into the ground for much longer than you have been? Do something right now to challenge yourself during this move. Do something right now. Keep going. Keep going. Don't lock out those elbows either. Have a slight bend in them, all right? The weight should not be above your face either. It's above your chest. Keep going. Keep going. Relax. Awesome job. Place it and get up. Now, ladies who have DR, make sure that you roll to the side, okay? When you have DR, it's good not to sit straight up, okay? That actually can make things worse because you're putting a lot of stress on that middle line, all right? Our next move, you don't need any weight for. It's called a V hold push. So yes, we're going back to that V-sit position from our very first move. Remember how to get there. You'll lift up. Now here's the thing. You're gonna take one hand against one leg and you're gonna push. Okay, so this leg is pushing in to your hand while you're pushing out against it, okay? So you're gonna have tension there. Here's the other thing. This leg is gonna hover, all right? Don't worry, I will show modification. Ladies who have DR, postpartum ladies, I will show you how to do this, okay? Because you're gonna do it a little bit different. All right, keep going. You still have a while. Move around for me, rock back and forth, go into child's pose, do something, all right? Now, here's the thing. During this move, the first round, I'll tell you when to switch legs, all right? Second round, we're gonna focus just on one side. And then the next round, we'll focus on the other side, all right? So, rounds 2 and 3 are gonna be a lot more challenging, okay? We have less than 10. Go ahead, find that position. You don't have to lift up yet, just find that position. All right, 2, 1, lift up, kick a leg out, and push. Push, you should be shaking because you're pushing, all right? Engage that core, engage that core. Now, if you're modifying, you're gonna drop a leg. You're gonna drop that base leg. If you are DR, you're coming down. Low back is into the ground, all right? You're kicking it up and you're pushing right here. And you're pushing even harder down here, okay? You have to push harder when you're down here to really engage that TVA, okay? And that's what I want you to do, all right? Now, while you're doing this, 2, 1, switch. Switch legs, okay? While you're doing this, make sure you're creating that force. Additionally, make sure your back's not rounding. This is a move that a lot of people, partway through, their back will start to round, okay? You're almost there. You're almost there. Keep going, okay? Keep going. Right here, we have switched legs, remember? All right, stay here. 2, 1, relax. All right. The next 2 rounds are the harder ones. We're holding one side for 60 seconds straight, okay? This is where it's gonna get a bit harder. This is where we're gonna feel 2, 1. We are going to feel the quad kick in too, okay? Now you can also take your hand here if you want. Push in, fight, they're fighting each other, okay? This quad's gonna start to kick in. This quad's really gonna start to kick in, okay? Do whatever you wanna do with your other hand. Remember how to modify. If you're like, oh, I need to modify real quick, then hop back in, do it. Check your back. What is it doing? Is it rounding or is it straight? If it's rounding, take a brief break, hop back in it, okay? Hold, hold, hold. Hold, hold, hold. Keep going, you guys. We have less than 15 seconds right here. Keep pushing. Don't lose that push. Fight, fight. You should be shaking. You should be shaking. Keep pushing. Don't quit. Don't quit. You got this. Stay with me. Stay with me. Stay with me. And relax. Woo! Woo! Y'all, make sure you're breathing, okay? When we hold our breath during these moves, it makes it harder, okay? You're doing good. We have less than 10. Last side. And we're done with this one, okay? And then you only have 2 moves left. 2, 1, here we go. Push, push for me. Fight your leg, fight your hand. Keep going, create that tension. If you're like, man, I want to quit, I don't want to do this move, don't quit. Okay? Take that brief second, drop that other leg. But here's the thing, let me scoot back so you can see. When you drop that other leg, so you're here, right? When you drop it, your heel's barely touching. You're not placing weight in it, okay? Right here. Touch 1, 2, back up, okay? Fight it. Create that tension. Can you go further than you did last time? That's what you need to be trying to do. Okay, if you went 30 seconds and then you had to bow out, can you go 31? Can you go 35? Okay, don't quit, push, stay there, stay there, stay there, relax. You are done with that move. We have plank skiers, all right? Now for this move, you are in that high plank. I'm gonna show you a couple different angles, don't worry. All right, right here. You're hopping up into the side. You're trying to get your opposite knee to the opposite elbow. However, you don't have to touch them, okay? You don't, that's not the goal. You're just aiming in that direction, okay? Now, the thing is you're not trying to do like an up and over type of hop, all right? You're trying to keep your back and butt down as low as you can during the entire move, okay? So, if you're right here, you're trying to stay here. All right, and stopping your hips so that they don't drop. I think I mixed drip and drop into one. Anyway, modification, you're gonna step the whole thing out, okay? If you have DR, all right? If you have DR, what I want you to do, we still have some time, okay? You're coming down here. All right, you're gonna roll in, roll in. You're gonna heel slide out. Don't worry about your heel if it can't touch the ground. If you have like, if you have shoes on, I'm wearing them, and it can't slide, that's okay. Hover above the ground and then come on in, just like that, okay? All right, plank skiers. We go in 3, 2, 1, here we go. Modification, you step, step. All right, if that's way too much, just hold it. Just hold it, okay? That's okay to do too. I want you to take your time with it. I want you to focus on it. It is 60 seconds, so if you need to, first, before you take a break, try modifying, okay? If even after modifying, you're like, I really need a break, then take one. Take 5 seconds, hop back in. If you need to hop back into the modification, that's okay. All right, whatever you have to do to keep going, to keep moving, to not give up, all right? Keep going. And relax. You have that 2 more times, all right? Just 2 more times. And then you have 1 final move after that, okay? You are doing good. Stay here with me because you are doing so good. We have less than 10. All right. 3, 2, 1. Come on. Fight for it. Fight for it. Remember, don't let your hips fall down. Engage that core. Suck it in, not suck it in, sorry. Draw it back. Act like you're zipping it all up, right? Let it stop you from your hips falling down. You're doing so good. You're doing so good. Don't quit. Don't quit. Okay, right now, you are halfway through. Don't stop. If you need to, 5 seconds, try modifying first, then hop back into it. Now remember, ladies with DR, you are on the ground doing those heel slides and back in, all right? Modification, you're stepping it out or you're just holding, but don't quit. Stay here. You're almost done. Do not quit. Do not quit. Stay with me. You got this. Ready? 2, 1. Guys, one more time. One more time. All right. Then you have one final move. That's it. You ready? 5, 2, 1. Here we go. This is the last time you are doing this move. Challenge yourself for me. You are not weak. You are strong. Even if you have to modify, even if you have to take that 5 seconds, you are strong. You can do this. You are stronger than 1 minute. You're stronger than it, okay? Your body is capable. You have to tell yourself you can. I don't care if that involves you taking a quick break, a quick 5-second break. I don't care if that involves you modifying, okay? Don't quit. Stay in it. Fight for it because you can do this. Guess what? You have 10 seconds. For 10 seconds, give me your best. Do not quit. Do not stop. Keep going. Relax. You're done with that move. You have one final move and it's bare knee. All right. Hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. All you're doing is you are lifting up slightly. Okay, that's all you're doing. And you're gonna tap opposite knee, opposite hand. Notice how there's not much going on with my back, right? There's not much. That's what I expect. I should be able to put a plate of food on your back and it not move. Now here's the thing, if you need to modify, a couple of things you can do. You can still come up and you can instead, because sometimes it's the lifting and it's the balance that really gets people, keep your hands planted and instead just bring your knees up to your elbows. Or you can simply hold, or if that's too much, stay down here. You have to really engage your core for this one though, okay? Bring that core in, really flare up your abs, act like you're flexing, and you're gonna lift one leg and hold for 5 and drop. Then hold the other one and drop, okay? You're doing so good. We have 20 seconds, okay? My DR ladies, if you're noticing that bulge or coning while holding the bear, you're gonna do that last modification I just showed, okay? Where you lift one leg at a time, but really engage that core, right? 3, 2, 1, here we go. Now, if your wrists are bugging you, try here and just bring that knee in, all right? Right here. That's okay. That's okay to do. Stay here. Fight for it though. Make sure that as you're doing this move, your knees go back to underneath your hips. Not out here, not here, not in here, all right? Underneath your hips. Embrace that core. Let it help you. Let it work for you, okay? If you need to, remember, step out of it for a little bit. 5 seconds, hop back in. Drop down to a modification if you need to. You got this, okay? Stay with me. Stay with me. You're doing good. You're doing good. Tell yourself you can. Tell yourself you can. If you need to, just hold it. If you need to, just hold it, okay? Relax. 2 more times. That's it. You have 2 minutes and 40 seconds, well, less than that technically left. All right? You got this. Roll out your wrists. 2, 1. Here we go. Get back into it. Modify if you have to. Engage your core. If you can't, remember your modifications. You can either bring in your knees, you can just hold, you can drop, really engage that core. One leg. Now here's the thing with the one leg. You're not gonna lean, all right? You're still have your chest over. You're still splitting the weight in your hands, okay? Your gaze is still out here, all right? It's not back at your feet. It's not at your legs, all right? Lift up and you hold, okay? Make sure that you're using your abs to help hold, all right? Because sometimes what'll happen is when people do that modification, they'll kick in their glutes, all right? And they'll only use their glutes, especially the opposite side from which leg you're lifting, to be able to do the movement, all right? 2, 1, relax, guys. You have one more time. Right now, tell me, I can give 60 more seconds. I can give 1 minute. I can do it. I'm strong enough. Even if I have to take 5 seconds, even if I have to modify, I can do it. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Here we go. This is the last move, guys. This is the last 60 seconds of work. I want you to tell yourself right now, I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. Even if I have to stop and just hold for 5 and then get back into it. Even if I have to modify to the knee taps with the elbows. Even if I just have to hold it for the full 60 seconds. Even if I have to drop one knee and keep switching. Whatever it is I have to do, I'm gonna fight for this last round because I'm already over halfway there. I'm over halfway and I can do it. Stay with me. Stay with me. Keep it up, guys. Keep it up. I'm right here. I'm right here with you. I'm doing it with you, okay? We got this. We're in this together. We're fighting this together, okay? Stay with me. You're stronger. You are stronger. You can do it. You can do it. Relax. Relax. Come back to child's pose. There we go. Deep breath in through your nose. Exhale out through your mouth. Go on. In through your nose. Out through your mouth. Try and sink lower if you can. There we go. You did so good. I don't care if you had to modify. I don't care if you had to take breaks. All right. Go ahead and come up onto all fours. We're gonna do cat-cow, okay? Hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Go ahead and push up. Round that back. Round that back. Go slowly. Come back down. Arch that back. My hair is just, it's a whole new person today. There we go, push back up. And down. There we go. Now as you do this move, I want you to focus one vertebrae at a time. I know for some that sounds really weird. In my mobility program, some of the exercises, some of the workouts I should say, have this exercise where we focus on our, cervical, thoracic, and lumbar control. All right. And I help, y'all are just getting the amazing Brie here. 2, 1, push up into downward dog for me. Get those heels to the ground if you can. Sometimes my hair just likes to be its own person, and I think it's picking today to do that. Anybody else have days like that where you're like, man, you know what? There's just nothing I can do. My hair just doesn't want to cooperate. I feel like that's my hair like 99% of the time. Walk your hands back towards your feet for me. If you didn't know, I have like naturally straight hair. I have to curl it with a flat iron with a straightener in order to actually get it to hold a curl. Like, I've tried everything. I've tried a normal curling iron. I've tried the wand. I've tried all of that. And the straightener is the only thing where it actually will hold. And I have to use like texture spray on top of tons of hairspray for it to hold. Even for just a couple of hours, it like goes flat in no time if I don't use anything, like literally an hour or less. Roll up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, we did get some shoulders in there, so go ahead and roll forward for me. I know that was a lot of random Brie information, but there you go. Brie has naturally straight hair that doesn't like to do anything. Unless I have dry shampoo in it, then it'll work with me a little bit, but which dry shampoo is life? Go ahead and go backwards. There you go. You guys did so good. Now I know it was just core, so sometimes, you know, those are the easy workouts, but I hope that this was a good workout where you got to challenge your core in different ways, even if it was just learning how to engage it a little bit more. But not only that, I hope that, you know, it was also kind of a break from the go of all the strength workouts too. You know, sometimes we need a break from that as well. All right, go ahead and relax. All right, that's it. You did it. You crushed it. You did awesome today. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you had a good time. I hope you were able to challenge yourself and keep pushing yourselves. And I cannot wait to see you with our next workout. I hope you have an amazing day.